A slight change in the threatening rhetoric coming out of North Korea on Thursday. The country's highest governing body now says it's ready to talk with the U.S. But the conversation would have to start with the withdrawal of UN sanctions. North Korea's National Defense Commission issued the statement via state media. According to CNN, it's up to the United States to make the first move if it wants to address the nuclear issue. North Korea's Defense Commission said the U.S. should bear in mind that the denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula can begin with the pullout of the nuclear war means introduced by the U.S., and this may lead to the global denuclearization. Since the UN Security Council voted on stricter sanctions for North Korea last month, the country's threat campaign has intensified. But an Al Jazeera correspondent calls the latest from North Korea a shift.
No one could call them realistic demands, but the fact that they're being made and the fact that they're coming from the very powerful National Defense Commission is at least interesting in the context of the very stark rhetoric coming out of North Korea.
Even if North Korea really is making a shift, the Washington Post is quick to point out the assessment gaining popularity among policymakers in recent days does not mean that North Korea will soon agree to talks or that the long-term threat posed by its weapons program has been in any way tamed. For South Korea, these demands are far from reasonable. A spokesman for South Korea's foreign ministry called them totally incomprehensible and continued to say, "We strongly urge the North to stop making such incomprehensible demands and to make the wise choice we have repeatedly urged." As for the U.S., this wise choice means North Korea needs to change the provocative behavior Kim and his predecessors have shown. On Tuesday, President Obama told NBC News this is the same kind of pattern Kim's father and grandfather displayed before him, saying it's a behavior that should not be rewarded.
Since I came into office, the one thing I was clear about was we're not going to reward this kind of provocative behavior. You don't get to bang your spoon on the table and somehow you get your way.
South Korea's defense ministry will hold a video conference with the U.S. Joint Chiefs of Staff Thursday. For Newsy, I'm Logan Tittle.